Hey guys, this is Miss Savela. I'm so sorry about the confusion with the nearpod lesson. So what I'm going to do is I created this video to show you where you need to do some things, and then also to repost the link so you can redo it. So first of all, if you would do me a favor, when you put in your name, if you'll put your name in, your full name, not just your first name, because I have two classes, and there are several Connors and Mackenzies. And then if you could put your hour number after it, like if you're in fifth hour, do like that. Okay, so there's a 5, so that I'll know that you're in fifth hour. Okay, so that would help me out a lot. Then join the lesson, and what's going to happen is it's going to go to this particular slide. And if you remember correctly, this was the slideshow that I believe that I showed you guys.
Hey everybody, this is one of our first lessons, and it is going to be over the transactional model of communication.
I'm not sure it's
a no red ink assignment.
Okay, that was just the first part, which is a video that shows you the transactional model of communication. So sorry about that. A little confusing for me because it was a video all of a sudden talking to me, and it was like me talking to me with me talking to me. Okay, so this is the next part when it says when using the model described, that right up here, describe what is usually the biggest problem that causes miscommunication. Okay, so what it's asking you what the biggest problem is. So when we look at the transactional model of communication, we know that the biggest problem is usually in encoding and decoding or interference. So what I want you to do right here is I want you to write down examples of interference and how someone can encode or decode something incorrectly. I think it'll be easiest if you write down different ways that are interferences that get in the way. So things like, a radio playing too loud. That would be an example. So just write down about 3 or 4 things, and that's what will get you the points there. Okay? So it says you didn't fill it out, so you have to make sure you fill it out. So I'm just going to write, whatever. Okay? And then submit down here in the corner. If you don't submit, then it's going to give it a 0. You have to put something down. Okay, then you're going to choose a situation where communication breaks down and draw the model of communication with explanation and all parts labeled. So here's this little pen right here. Okay, so you're going to actually draw out the transactional model of communication. Okay, and so then you'll put the sender and the receiver. But what I want you to do, I don't want you to write sender and receiver. I want you to write student asks or does reads assignment. Okay, oh wait, so it would be student, right? So the students would be the assignment or would be the sender. Okay, and you would write sender, and then up here you would write message. Message hands in homework. Okay, so we're going to take that and move that. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me erase this. Okay, so then you basically make up the rest, and if you want to use this as the example, you can. That would be like this assignment that we just turned in, but you're going to have to fill out the rest. Okay, and then you have to make sure that you hit this submit button down here, except it went away right there. Submit. Okay, if you don't hit submit, I'm not going to see it. And then we've got this actual thing that says Ruth calls Pearl on the phone and asks her what she wants to get to eat. Pearl says she wants to get flapjacks. Ruth has never heard of flapjacks, so she asks Ruth, what are you talking about? Pearl says, flapjacks, you might call them pancakes. So the sender here is Ruth. So we're going to put Ruth right in there. So when we're done, we're going to hit them all in, and you see it says you got 1 out of 9 answers correct. So if you only did 1 out of 9, you're going to get a 1 out of 9 on this section. So each one of these sections is worth 10 points. That's where the points come from. Okay? And then here, there was the video that you had to watch at the beginning that I showed you before, and that was where you asked and answered the questions. So when you go to the video that's at the beginning, Okay, each one of these little stops right here, oh, it's going to take a second. Each one of these little boopy-de-boops, those are questions. You have to answer all of those questions. If you don't answer the questions, you don't get any points, okay? And you do have to do these, the open-ended questions. You have to write down answers to them. You can't skip them, okay? So that is the link that is posted right here. And then once this video is done uploading, I'm going to upload it right here so that you guys can do it. It will be due on Thursday by 11:59 if you want to redo it. There are several of you who did it fine and several of you who I confused. So we're going to start over, okay? Those of you who got your full points, don't worry about it. You're done. Those of you who want to try to earn some of those points back, you know what you got to do, okay? Let me know if you have any other questions. Don't forget to put your first and last name, and please include your class period. Thanks, guys.